Can I start? Yeah? Good. Yeah, welcome, good afternoon. I'm going to talk about today how actually can we enable small and medium-sized businesses to profit from all this research we are doing and how they will basically apply AI technologies and data analytics. It's not too easy, actually. But first to give the broader context, why is this important? So if you look at the European Union, over 88% of employees work in companies that have less than 250 employees. So that's what we call small and medium-sized enterprises. And those companies, most of the time, they really struggle to have a data-driven strategy or have departments who take care of building information modeling, business intelligence, and stuff like that. So we started a large research project that was funded by the German government, which was supported by roughly 9 million euros to see how we can actually enable companies in the actual situation to use AI applications so they get more productive and can profit from these new technology advances. When we talk to the small and medium-sized enterprises, first question always is, why should I do it? What sense does it make? Is there a profit I can make out of it? So we just ask ChatGPT and say, yeah, the machine say use the machine, but at the end, basically, we came to the same conclusions than ChatGPT. You get more profitable, you have a lack of skilled workers that need to be somehow, the workforce needs to be extended technically or with persons. And most of the time, actually, we are looking into jobs that nobody wants to do. They just need to be done. It's a lot of time like data collection, Excel sheet, preparation, typing paper sheets into digital sheets. And that's where we looked into. So also, if you look at on a macroeconomic perspective, there's an interest for economists to invest in AI. Alone in the construction industry, artificial intelligence should have a market volume around 13 billion euro. So our research project is actually called Smart Design and Construction. And the problem description is, okay, first of all, we need to aggregate data, we need to structure data, and how do we get to this data? So we developed actually algorithms and applications to first look at the data sets available, extract the data we need, and after that we can actually start looking for applications with a value added to the value stream. So within the research group there is the large company of Goldbeck, some might know from Germany, and then there was a small medium enterprise with around 20 employees who was eager to give all the data to the research project without signing in any confidentially agreements or something. They just say, okay, take it, look what you can do with it. So a researcher from us, he tried to use the CRISDM model to actually model the data within the small, medium-sized enterprise. And yeah, it's a model, and he sweated and slept not too much during his studies because it was really a hustle to connecting the different data types. If it's a PDF, an Excel sheet, a CAD drawing, is it a BIM, IFC model? There is economic data in invoices, then there's bill of quantities. But the real issue was how do we actually gather this data in a structured database format. So at some points he actually was sitting there and just typing down the values out of a PDF to get what he wants. So the reality looks like this. The company told us, yeah, we're a small business. We have a digital first approach. So all of the guys down there, they have a smartphone. They put in data for how many hours they worked on which project. It's all identified to the project. They identify the machines they use. They put in the materials they use. And so we thought, well, that should be a good start. If we connect this data to the economic data we get maybe out of the ERP systems, there should be something we could learn. So at the end, it looked like something like this. We had various data sources from ERP systems, OneDrive, CAD drawings. Then we have like these mobile applications that are widely used in the company. And the first challenge was to put that to a common database. So first we said, okay, we had like 1,000 projects, and at the end we managed to get 54 complete data sets. So from 1,000 projects in the database, only 54 data sets were like satisfactory for further research. So first insight was, okay, we have to start really early to like consult these companies to do strategic decision making and how to aggregate and collect data so that they can use further. The company started like collecting digital data in around 2012, and so far it's waste. So they have to think about how could we actually arrange the data structure much better. The data itself was quite good. We had really detailed insights into costs, amounts that were coming out of bill of quantities. We had project types. We had like, is it a private contractor? Is it a public contractor? We had even like quarterly based hours on the project. The result at the end of all, we had like, guys by feeling get better results than the data set we were actually provided. The variation was so high, so this is the hourly. We try to estimate how long projects are going, but the variation was so high it didn't make sense. You rather ask like a senior project manager, how long will we need for this project? It's much more accurate. So not satisfactory, but what we try now to do is like to make people aware, if you want to have like a business value profit out of artificial intelligence, business intelligence, look for your data and don't just buy software. Because what we recognize is there's a lot of companies that have like 5, 10, 15 plus software tools, but all of the software tools are saving data in a silo. And actually it's so complex to connect the data to each other that the capacity is just not there. If you think like of a small business might have a profit of 200,000 euros a year, the IT consultant will exactly cost that amount of money to get like some insight into the data. So, result is we know that we need to do better. So we are now actually developing guidelines for small and medium-sized businesses to say, okay, there's 3 dimensions to this problem. First, you need to train and teach people why data is important, how to gather them correctly, and where to pay attention to if there's a mistake. Then second, you have to get some sort of common data environment. What I learned the last days is the term common data environment in itself is so complex that if you go to a small business, they will say, okay, what is this common data environment? Is it Google Drive? Is it OneDrive? Is it BIM 360? What is it? Because it's actually the data environment, it's not so common as the term would say. So you still have like this problem of different data types and sources of information. And then what we think is like the door opener for the businesses is actually this data-driven strategy. We see like first results where you can actually see, okay, in this region, my profit margin was 2, 3, 4, 5% higher. In this region, the architects also always claim like for failures and for much more work afterwards. These clients are maybe much more liquid in money, and this doesn't happen at the moment, and everybody's just complaining about low profit margins. But the research project is finished mid of September, and the interest from industry is really high, so we'll keep you updated. If you want more information, feel free to contact me. It's a public research project. All the things we developed are freely available. Just send me an email and I'm happy to connect. Thank you.